Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Sometimes people expose themselves to a crime by having too much chutzpah. And some people might connect the right dots, and some people might never connect the dots. I don't want you to connect any dots in this video, okay? Well, I will show you three incidents, three actions, three situations where we have a group of people just coincidentally being in charge and of a country or two and doing the bidding of those countries, working in the name of those nations. And I have the Rabbi of Ukraine. Now, yeah, that's okay. I have Shmyhal, the Prime Minister of Ukraine. I have Zelensky, the President of Ukraine. And I have Mr. Steve Witkoff, the so-called Trump or State Department's special envoy to the Middle East. But he's dealing with Ukraine and Russia. Russia and Ukraine are not two countries from the Middle East. Now, what do all these people that I named have in common? They're all men. Okay? Now, they will work together for something that I lived, I witnessed, I read about, and I know about. And that is the looting of countries by certain interests. What are the interests? Well, it's up to you to connect the dots. So let's start with the first article coming from the Ukrainians. Sumykhimprom. Chief Rabbi of Ukraine discusses United States of America assistance with Witkoff and other officials. Now, this guy obviously is Jewish, right? He's a chief rabbi. So is Mr. Witkoff, who represents the United States of America in Ukraine. So this guy is from Ukraine. This guy is Jewish. This guy is Jewish, is from the United States of America. And they discuss how they can get the Americans to give assistance to this guy. All right? In the meantime, this guy, Shmyhal, is going to be helping to loot the country the way they did after 1991 and 1990 and 1993, 1992 and so on in the Eastern Europe, including Russia and Ukraine. I will explain. Here, let's start and see what kind of assistance they talk. Is it money? You can't say because they don't like money. Chief Rabbi of Ukraine, Moshe Reuven Azman, not Kosman, Azman, is on a visit to Washington, D.C., where he is holding meetings with influential U.S. officials to advocate for continued support for Ukraine in its fight against Russian aggression. So he wants money and weapons for the Ukrainians to fight for whomever you're going to connect the dots against the Russians. According to Sumykhimprom, Rabbi Azman shared updates on Facebook about his meetings with Steve Witkoff, the US President's special envoy. Stop right there. He is not the US President's special envoy. He is the US President's envoy to the Middle East. And here are the guys. All right? And then you have Doug Burgum, the US Secretary of Interior. Let's see who this guy is, okay? Because he might be someone of interest. And this is what we found. Doug Burgum, right there. I mean, anyway, we're not stereotyping here, okay? Early life, I didn't find what I was looking for, but I found something in his United States national security, okay? That's what is important, all right? National security. And what's important here is this right here. Right there. During campaign stops, he expressed disdain from President Biden's handling of foreign aid to Ukraine and his hostage deal with Iran. He blamed Iran for October 7 Hamas-led attack on Israel and said Iran was emboldened by Biden's release of $6 billion to previously frozen Iranian assets. Okay, that's a little giveaway. But then I went and I said, Dog Burgum, religion, is it Jewish or Christian? This is very, very deceiving right here. This right here, this is very, very deceiving. And they start with the religion. Pop, we can't find, we don't know. Okay, is he Jewish or Christian? Many people want to know. Well, it seems like he has not really relieved or spoke about his religion he believes. Will they associate this with a religion? But let me ask you this question. Was Trotsky Jewish? Trotsky, Mr. Bernstein, whatever his name is. Was he Jewish or he was Russian? He was a communist. He had no religion. Was Karl Marx Jewish or he was British or German or what was he? See? So they are doing something else. But it's not about Burgum here. It's about Mr. Rabbi. So these guys met together for weapons to defend and to protect probably the future loot, I'm guessing. I have no idea. The rabbi thanked Witkoff for his attention, of course, adding, "My principle in life is that words from the heart will always reach another heart. Give me the money." All right. So this is what it is. This is the first one. Well, we're going to go to the second one, which is now that right here. New Voice of Ukraine. Shmyhal directs fast-track privatization of chemical giant Sumykhimprom. All right, a chemical company over there. Ukrainian Prime Minister, he's Ukrainian. They want you to know that. Denis Shmyhal ordered accelerated privatization of Sumykhimprom, a major chemical enterprise long managed by Dimitrov Firtash Group DF, to attract strategic investors. All right, let me tell you how the privatization was made in Romania, in Russia, and in Eastern Europe. I know how Romania was, and I know how Russia was. How do you know that? You see who wins, and then you look, how did you get the money? This is what it was. We were told in Romania that the Romanian industry is garbage. Just sell it. All those plants are zero. He was a Jewish prime minister in Romania at that time. His name was Petre Roman, not Kosman, Roman. He was Jewish prime minister of Romania. And he, like Shmyhal, oversaw the privatization of Romania. And he did fantastically. In Russia was the same, like Mr. Berezovsky and other Jewish, mind you, the oligarchs, 40% of them were, okay? What they do, they got loans and they start little things with the help from outside investors, strategic investors. So they took over the wealth of Russia through their politicians who fast-track privatization. So that's Shmyhal. So you get the rabbi asking for our money to go to protect what Shmyhal will sell to, okay, to be protected by us. And I'm not done. I'm going to show you how Zelensky continues to send us to fight us for them. Ukrinform. Zelensky, as Ukraine keeps fighting for its life, why? Moscow hosts parade of bile and lies. So this guy, together with Shmyhal Stein, together with Witkoff Stein, and with, that's Mr. Bile right there. Okay, with this very ascetic guy. With Mr. Witkoff Stein, they say that Ukraine is fighting for its life. Who brought Ukraine in this situation, I would ask Mr. Zelensky, to fight for its life? Wasn't it you and No, wasn't it? It was just a question. I know that we in America, we are teaching our children to say this. There's no wrong question. It's not bad question. If you ask questions, ask questions. Unless you're the imbecile nowadays, Douglas Murray, who thinks that the questions should be asked only by experts, not by people like me and you. We should just shut the fuck up and let the experts, I don't know, Bronsteins and Birkoffs and all these guys, tell us as university professors, because they're the experts and they never make a mistake. But who decides who's the expert and who's not? And how do you become an expert? Oh, by getting a PhD? I've seen many PhD laureates as imbeciles and really not with a lot of knowledge. So then what? Who appoints? Who's in charge to tell us who's an expert? Is it by the volume of knowledge that you have? That should be it. But let's say a PhD laureate or PhD, let's say read in his own life 300 books on an issue. And I read 5,000 books. But let's say I don't have a PhD in his domain. Am I not a better expert than he is? I mean, after all, it's based on the knowledge, on the volume, and the way you're assessing and analyzing the information. So am I not a bigger expert than the guy? Well, to get a PhD, you need about 52, 52 books peer reviewed. That means you are running around chasing everybody else in their little circle of PhDs that you are supposed to make your thing. Peer reviewed. So how in the hell you're supposed to come with something new, doing the same research among yourselves? Anyway, so that's why it was, my friends, with this guy. So as Ukraine keeps fighting for its life, that means you guys have to fight so Shmyhal can sell your wealth to the same guys that go overseas and want you to not only protect it, send them money, and not only die for them. It's everybody is protecting, is doing your loot. That's what it is, Zelensky. And then he has Moscow host parade of bile and lies. Like what? Is he mentioning any lies? I'm guaranteeing you he's not going to mention any lies. Okay, let's see. I'm going to read. Let's read together. The difference is demonstrated by Russia's every May 9 difference between Life Independence Square, Purdue, okay, where we repeat, you repel the evil, Ukraine, Zappa Kappa. So where's the lie? It will be a parade of cynicism. There is just one way to describe it: a parade of bile and lies. You are a big liar, Zelensky. So anyway, Zelensky is doing the bidding for those people to loot the Ukrainian nation of its wealth with the help of, again, other people for the same group. You understand? The best way to understand that, it's very well spelled in the Old Testament, in their book, little fucker. Go and read it. And over there is spelled very well what they expect from the kings and queens of the nations. Bring the fat and the milk and the honey to the New Jerusalem, and they will bring their wives, and that's exactly what I say, their women, everything, their wealth. It's in the Old Testament. It's not me saying that. Now, did I say anything that's untruthful here? Anything that's not factual? And if I said by not knowing, that's a different story. I don't do it purposely, but everything I said based on my knowledge is there. Knowledge from what I read, what I lived, what I know, what I understand, and I'm supposed to keep my mouth shut. Why? Why should I do this? Because if you don't keep your mouth shut, you will be punished. Somehow. So here is, my friends, go and work and defend them. Alright, defend them. And I thought I should mention exactly where. So, as you probably know, I wrote 3 books. They're published on Amazon. The first one was this, A Better Society We Should Create, and 2 on God's nature, right there. I'm not advertising them. If you want to buy them, that's fine. If not, but here is what I got. This God's nature, this is the 2nd volume. So what did I do? I took 3 Bibles. different, the International Bible, the Catholic Bible, and the Greek Orthodox Bible. 2 in English, 1 in Romanian. And I went verse by verse to show God's nature, what he told his people to do, like Moses and others. So, related to this thing, I will show you here, let me put my glasses if I find them, where Isaiah, and what they do. This is the format I did. You see over there? So I picked the chapter from the wherever and the exact verse, the interpretation, and you're going to find out where you find that in the Bible, in your Bible, all that. So in Isaiah, right there. This is the chapter, Isaiah, right there. Chapter 2, I'm going to go to it's chapter 33. Chapter 33, verse 2. And this is what it says. Go and check it out. Go and get a Bible. The Lord, and I'm quoting, and I took this quote in the English translation, not from Romanian. The Lord is angry with all nations, not with Israel. He will today destroy them. He will give them to slaughter, end quote. That is all nations except one, Israel. Okay? Go and get it out. And I'm not over. I'm going to go to the next page. That's Isaiah. Remember that one. Isaiah chapter 43. Verse 4. God loved Isaiah so much that he was willing, and I'm quoting, to give the nations in exchange for Isaiah's life and soul. So he was dealing with the nations. He was giving to give the nations for Isaiah's life. For his people. Okay? All right, we're going to go deeper. Go and read it in your Bible, man. All right. Okay, let's see what we have here. We're going to go to chapter 45, Isaiah. Verse 14. God promised Israel to take all the wealth of other nations, that's you, idiots, and give it to them. Got it? Verse 14. Go and read it, my friends. Go and read it. And then again, God promised Israel that all the members of the dispossessed nations would become Israel's slaves. Go and read it, my friends. You want more? All right. For chapter 49. Explicitly, this verse reported how the Gentiles, which are everyone who is not a Jew, will be forced to, and I'm quoting the Bible, bring Israel's sons in their arms and carry Israel's daughters on their shoulders. The Gentile, and I'm quoting, kings will be your foster father, and their queens your nursing mothers. They will bow down before you with their faces to the ground. They will lick the dust of your feet, end quote. That's God's plans. That's chapter 49. Go and read it. And it's not over. Chapter 54. God again promised this tribe that the tribe will, and I'm going to dispossess nations and will settle in their desolated cities in a surge of anger. God is angry, you remember, but he is all contempt. And right here, this is the most important. Chapter 60, verse 10, 11, 12, 16. And I'm quoting, foreigners will rebuild your walls, and their kings will serve you. Serve. Though in anger I struck you, in favor I will show you compensation. Your gates will always stand open. They will never be shut day or night, so that the man may bring you the wealth of the nations, their kings led in triumphal processions. For the nations or kingdoms that will not serve you will perish. It will be utterly ruined. You will drink the milk of nations and be nursed at royal breasts. Again, I can go here. Aliens/nations will shepherd your flocks. Foreigners will work your fields and vineyards, and you will be called priest of the Lord. You will feed on the wealth of the nations. Chapter 61, verse 6, 5 and 6. And in their riches you will boast. Chutzpah. Alright, so go and read that and leave me the fuck alone with this. Is that something? No. I told you, do not connect any dots. Alright? So, the wealth of Ukraine, and who's the main priest? And who's selling that to whom? And who comes with the wealth there? United States brings something to the Ukrainians. Who's in charge of Ukraine? Those guys who sell the wealth to whom? To work whom? Is it crazy? Call it crazy, but keep it somewhere in your brain. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.